and welcome to the Bidfood Kitchen. What a show we've got lined up for you today. We've got two of our expert chefs in the kitchen with us today, Craig Miles.
Hello.
And Stuart Finn.
Hi.
If you've got sustainability on your mind and you want to serve healthier food but not sacrifice on flavour, you're in luck. Today we'll be showing you a step-by-step on how to create two dishes bursting with flavour. So what are you cooking up for us today, Craig?
Right, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do a bulgur wheat and brown rice salad, and then I'm going to mix that with some broccoli, some avocado and peas. And the reason why I love adding peas to it, the sweetness that you get from peas. So a lot of people just use peas really just as a side dish, but actually if you add them into a salad, that you get a real sort of really sweetness and juicy peas into that. So I'm actually using 2 of my 5 a day, and I'm using 2 different grains in this dish. So that's my base for my salad, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use chicken thighs for the one. And the reason why I'm using chicken thighs is I don't need to add any extra oil on this. There's enough fat in the thigh to keep it nice and juicy. So I'm going to use chicken thighs in that, no extra fat. But as an alternative, if you didn't want to use chicken, I've got smoked tofu. And then just as they finish, I'm just going to then add squeeze of lemon juice onto them, and then dress it all with a everyday favourites fat-free vinaigrette, which I've just put some basil in. So again, what we're looking at is really nutritious, really flavoursome, but using really, really sort of healthy, nutritious ingredients and keeping it as simple but as tasty and healthy as possible.
Oh, sounds really nice. So we know that the high street are going non-stop on innovation, convenience and low price points and flavour, drawing students in like a moth to a flame. But it doesn't mean that you can't do that as well. Today we're going to be showing you how easy it is to create attractive grab-and-go menu options that don't skimp on flavour, but will get students flocking back onto campus. So what do we know? Students are short on time, they're short on money, but they're big on health and sustainability. So it's not impossible to please them. I think it's time to pass you on to the chefs.
Okay, so I'm just going to put this chicken straight into the oven. As I said, I'm not putting any extra oil or salt and pepper onto that yet. And I'm also going to put, I'm also going to put the smoked tofu in. The reason why I'm using this tofu is this is like quite a solid tofu, and I'm using the smoked because I think you get that really lovely smoky flavour onto it. And it just, I mean, now it's really, really good. I'm just going to warm it through just to release that smokiness and just so you've got a bit of warmth into the salad.
Okay.
And then, so to build the salad, it's very, very simple. So I cook the bulgur wheat, which is very, 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 very high in fibre and good vitamins. So I'm going to do equal amounts of bulgur wheat and brown rice. Now, the reason why, again, I'm using brown rice, a really good source of fibre. Now, I know a lot of people are going to think brown rice, and we don't use it enough. Our go-to tends to be white rice. So if you think that this is going to be a little step too far, maybe do 50% white, 50% brown, just so that you've got then at least 50% extra brown rice into it. Don't just go to white, so never just go to white, but maybe go 50-50, or then possibly you could go 70-30. Yeah. But that brown rice in this dish, and considering that you're going to add all the other ingredients to salad as well, they're not going to really notice that it is brown rice, but they're going to notice the health benefits of having that. So I'm just giving those a good stir up. Is
there a flavour difference with brown rice? Is it nuttier? Is it?
I think it doesn't, you won't really be able to tell the difference too much with this. It's just the fact there's more of the husk in it. Okay. But the health benefits of using brown rice is so much better. Then I've blanched off some broccoli. I've just done nice florets. I'm still going to keep it with a little bit of body in it. I don't want it to be too mushy. I don't want it to be too fine that you can't see it. So I blanched that off and dried that. Then again, one of my favourite ingredients to add into it, peas. Again, just blanched so they're still nice and green. They don't look like sweet corn. So we're building really lovely colours here.
And again, does it matter what type of pea, or is it just a garden?
I'll just use an everyday favourite pea that I've literally just blanched. And then at the last minute, I'm going to add some avocado. And the reason why I'm adding the avocado is it's got those good oils in it. Also as well, for students, avocado is still very on trend. And I'm going to dress it with the French dressing that's got the basil in.
Careful, that's hot.
I don't want it to be too wet. And then you can see I've done the chicken. We've done it nice colour on it. And I just put the courgettes in there, which has sucked up all the flavour. There's no need for any extra oil. And I'm going to do this 2 ways. So I'm going to do it in a plated. So if this was a student meal, maybe in the evening, or for halls of residence, or even a conference for the university. And then I'm going to do it as a grab and go. And I'm using our seaweed packaging. So this is fully...
This is the new Nopla range, yeah?
Yeah, fully sustainable, recyclable, doesn't need to go into a separate area. Again, just give it really healthy. We want to get that nutrition into them. Squeeze a lemon, just to give it a little bit of zing or zest and bite. I'll do 2 chicken thighs onto that. 1, 2 onto that. And then some of the courgettes.
And I guess this courgette's still got a little bit of bite to it as
Yep,
well, so
definitely.
it's got a little bit of crunch.
And that is a chicken thigh that we've simply roasted. I've added some diced courgettes, squeeze of lemon juice, and then I've got bulgur wheat, brown rice, avocado, peas and broccoli dressed with a bit of basil dressing.
Very nice, chef. Very nice.
Thank you, Chris. Oh, we're buddies. So as a meat-free alternative, I've warmed the smoked tofu up. Again, it's exactly the same base, and I've just done it then with the smoked tofu.
So you guys are out with our customers every day. What are students really looking to eat?
I think the challenge for any caterer with students is competing with what the high street is selling, because if you've got a successful restaurant on the high street, you'll do something right. So I think it needs to be current, needs to be on trend. Sustainability needs to be there, and really good products without sort of pushing it so much down people's throats about that. But I really think the high street and looking at the flavour trends are done. So if you're looking for inspiration, go and have a look at the high street. Go and see what your students are spending their money on, and then sort of replicate it, improve it.
I think for me, it's flavour and fun. You know, you go out for a meal, it's an occasion, you want to be excited. You know, no one wants just a plain sandwich. You know, you want to be excited what's in the sandwich. Yeah. Use call outs. You know, if you're using something unusual, tell them you're using it unusual, and it'll become a destination point. Yeah. So that's for me.
So that's really great to know. But what can chefs do to make their offering better?
I mean, for me, again, menus of the future, you know, we're utilising it. It's all about sustainability. What is happening in the world? How do we help with that? So as chefs, we need to be ahead of the game. So using things like the MSC cod, you know, IQF frozen, we're using pearl barley, so we're reducing in protein. So if you look at the cods, maybe a smaller portion than what you would see in a chip shop, but we're going smaller protein, but we're bulking it up with the grains as well, with vegetables, you know, try and get as many vegetables as we can in there. So, you know, all of this reduction in red meat even, you know, we're reducing the red meat and we're going for leaner protein and more sustainable product.
That's really great to know. Thanks for talking us through that, guys. And Stuart, what are you cooking today?
Today, I've got an oven-baked cod loin, and I'm going to be serving it with a warm pearl barley salad, with Mediterranean vegetables, which I'm going to roast as well. So I'm going to roast some nice cherry tomatoes, some courgettes, and then I'm going to serve it with a pesto made with kale, parsley, garlic, pine nuts, and olive oil. So we're going to make that, and then we're going to drizzle it over the top, and then we're going to serve it with a little bit of ricotta cheese, just for that extra creaminess on it as well.
Okay, so I see you're using a cod loin rather than a fillet. Explain the difference. With that?
Consistency mainly in the cod loin. You always get the meatier part of the fish. So if you look at the fish,
yeah,
it's really meaty all the way through. The tail we can use for goujons and things like that. So if we were to use a fillet, we can use the tail, but just for portion size, I'm literally doing this.
Yeah, so you're using the centrepiece, but you'd use the tail then for...
Yeah, grab and go. We want consistency all the time. You don't want someone next to you saying, you know, why have they got this much, I've got this much. So if you look at them, they're pretty much identical all the way through.
And it's nice to see cod being used in another way rather than what people see as in battered. So
Yeah,
cod is great for grilling and for baking and for frying as well, because it's a real meaty fish.
Really good lean protein. So it's lean, it's full of omega-3, iodine, you know, all these things that your body need to function. So we don't need to cover it in breadcrumb and then batter it to make a meal, you know, lean and clean. Okay, so what we're first going to do, we're going to marinate our cod loins and get them into the oven. So we're literally going to take the cod loins, place them on a baking sheet like this. And then we've got some here, we've got some of the Maribase Mediterranean Maribase product. We're just going to literally brush it on the cod all over.
These Maribases are great because they are all allergen free.
Yeah, and they're all ready to use as well. So you don't need to do much with them. They'll just bake in the oven. So if you want to put that in the oven for me, Craig, yeah. And then secondly, again, it's really easy to prepare this. It's just a case of putting things in the oven and baking them. Going to get the courgettes, which we've just diced up roughly. So we've used different courgettes, mainly for the colour. So we've used yellow, green and white courgettes. We're going to use some of the cherry tomatoes. Again, different ones, all available from us. Different colours, different sizes, shapes. We're going to add a little bit of salt, tiny little bit, and just a little bit of seasoning of pepper. And then we've just got a little bit of drizzle of olive oil. Tiny little drizzle, you don't need much, because what we're going to use is the flavour from the tomatoes and the juices are then going to coat the vegetables as well.
In the oven?
And then they go in the oven, yeah, thanks Craig. We've got our ingredients here for a pesto. So pesto is really easy to make. And all you need to do is have simple ingredients. So we've gone for kale, full of iron, full of vitamin C. We can blitz that down with a little bit of olive oil, garlic, fresh parsley and some pine nuts. We're just going to blitz that down, and when you've done that, you come to this here. And then that you can store in the fridge for a couple of days, and it's great, and it's fresh. You know, it's better than the bought one, nice and fresh. So once the vegetables are roasted, we're going to add our pre-cooked pearl barley, and we're just going to mix it in.
Is there a reason why you're using pearl barley?
I'm using pearl barley. Again, it's a really good source of fibre. It's a slow release in carbohydrates, so it keeps you fuller for longer. And cost, it's a really good cost-effective. You know, if you're reducing protein and you're adding a grain or pearl barley, it reduces the cost of the dish, but you're still getting that fulfillment of it. And then we're just going to put that in the oven to bake. Just to warm up the pearl barley, we're just going to warm it up, get nice and toasted, and then we're ready to go with that. So we've got one already prepared. So we've already got one ready for you. And we've also, if you bring out the cod, Craig, as well. So you can see the pearl barley and the vegetables already cooked. And then we've got the cod, which has been marinated and baked in the oven. So again, very little fat. The main part of the fat is in the pesto, which is healthy fat. So we're going to take the pearl barley. And we're just going to mix it in a bowl. Again, you can see all them colours.
Smells lovely.
Thank you.
I said, it smells lovely. Not you smell lovely.
Again, we're just going to final check. For seasoning, I'm just going to add a little bit more salt. Very small. And a little bit of pepper. And that's just because the tomatoes are very sweet. It just counteracts the sweetness. Now we're going to serve it. We're going to serve it in our packaging. So we've got different sorts of packaging here for grab and go. So we've also got lidded. So you can actually lid it, have it ready to go as well. So we're just going to plate it up two different ways in two different packaging here.
Could you change the grains if you wanted to?
Yeah, you could use any grains really. You could, you know, even we have convenience frozen salads now in the business.
Yeah.
Which are really, really good. All ready to serve, ready to use. So you just defrost them, put them straight into the container, and they're ready to go. I think there's 4 in the range at the moment.
Yeah, they're very good. And they offer
Really good.
healthy grains and quinoa.
Yeah, tomatoes, peppers, all them sort of things as well. So everything you really want. Or you know, you can use different pulses as well.
Brown rice.
You could use brown rice. Yeah, you could use a mix of brown and white. You can use a cauliflower rice. You know, it's basically the carrier.
Yeah, yeah, that's nice. So explain exactly what you've got here again.
So we have our oven roasted cod with a warm salad of pearl barley, roasted Mediterranean vegetables, tomatoes, courgettes, and it's with a kale and garlic pesto. Right, so Craig, would you like to have a taste?
I'd love to.
See how the lovely flaky cod there?
Well, that's nice.
Hits on flavour? Brilliant.
Honestly, both of those dishes look absolutely amazing and it smells really nice in here as well. I know if I was a student, I'd be excited to see that on campus.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
I don't know about you, but that's got me really hungry. I might even try and make this for dinner. What do you think, chefs? Do you think I can do it?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, of course you can.
Yeah, of course you can.
Your faith in me, honestly. Before we go, if you liked what you saw and you want to find out more about healthier and more sustainable university menus, check out Menus of the Future Hub, where you can find more support like this, linked in the description of this video. Also, you can reach out to your account managers if you want more help with your menus. And thank you again to Stuart and Craig for coming onto this episode.
Thank you very much.
Look out for more Bidfood Kitchen episodes coming soon. And until then, take care, stay safe, and thank you for watching, everyone.
Thank you.